we're gonna sign Jacoby Brissett for like $8 million or something like that. Uh, we're gonna move you to the emergency quarterback. Now, I'm not sure if this works or not. I can't find it if it's true or not. But from my understanding, the third emergency quarterback, you have to pay him, but his salary is not on the salary cap. If that's the case, I wonder if we can get a second string quarterback and put Kirk on the emergency. Tell his ass to go sit down. Oh, excuse me, I apologize. Tell his butt to go sit down. I apologize about that. Tell his butt to go sit down, and you still have to pay him, but he don't get to play for another team. Because, I mean, if I'm going to be in my petty bag and I can actually pay him, but it don't go against the cap, so his money come off the cap, then that's what I'm doing. But, again, I don't know if that's legal or not under the salary cap rules and whatever. But if it is, that's exactly what I'm doing.
See, I don't. I that one up because that's just desserts in my book.
Yeah, I don't know. But I think someone would have tried to do that already if that was possible. So
Well,
that rule just happened last year. So nobody's really explored it. That's what I'm saying, Coach. Like, if it's legal for you guys to have a guy basically on retainer, a quarterback on retainer, but he's not going against the salary cap, that's the rule. From my understanding, is that there's a quarterback rule that you can have a guy basically on retainer, and he's not on your roster, but you have him under contract. And if anybody get hurt, you break the glass, and then he becomes a part of your roster. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So what I understand about that rule is that you have to every team has to have 3 quarterbacks. Two are eligible. If I'm not mistaken, they all count against the roster. But 2 can only be active on game day. The third can only activate if the other 2 get hurt or if one gets hurt.
Okay.
That's what I understand from it. I could, again, I'm not in it, so I could be wrong.
Yeah, you probably right. I'm probably wrong, but I just thought that it was like, so basically, you can have a person on your roster. Well, technically not on your roster, just be emergency, so you wouldn't go over the person cap. I got you, but the salary cap, same. Okay.
But again, I don't know that for sure. That's what I extrapolate from reading the rule. But I mean, I could be totally wrong. But I do know though that you have to have 3 quarterbacks on your team. Just 2 don't. Just only 2 can dress. One cannot. Your third one cannot dress.
Yeah. Okay, I got you. So none. Okay. That's just me. That's just me.
I just learned something. I just learned something.
Hey, y'all, real quick, I want to welcome Chris from A1 Sports in the building. Chris, how you doing today, my brother?
What's good, family? How y'all feeling today, man? A lot going on today, right?
Well, yes, sir. Something great happened today.
We're doing great, Chris, and we really want to get your thoughts on what we're talking about. Grady Jarrett, we lost him in free agency. He signed to the Chicago Falcons. We lost Drew Dahlman in free agency.
I see what you did there.
He signed with the Chicago Falcons. So give us a little feedback on, how you feeling about, what's going on in the Falcon
like
world.
The Philadelphia Bulldogs, right?
Exactly.
I'm trying to tell you, man. Everybody kind of leeching off off Atlanta one way or another, right? But okay, all right, guys. Now, can I just be truthful for a second? Can I just be honest for a second? Now, as much as I love Grady Jarrett, the player, the person, the humanitarian, everything that he did for the city of Atlanta, we already know he was a Walter Payton nominee, and of course, team captain, all those things, locker room guy, it's a lot of things that you can't teach that you're not going to be able to replace for Grady Jarrett. But let's just be honest, guys. He should have been gone last year.
Amen, brother. Amen.
Let's just be honest, guys. He should have been gone before now.
I said he should have been gone 2 years ago, but amen, brother. My bad. Go ahead.
Oh no, you can make that argument about 2 years ago, but I can definitely say it should have happened before now. Now, to be honest with you, I know why you keep Grady Jarrett around. I understand it, everything like that. I'm not complaining about it, but we knew that this was going to happen. We knew once we signed Kirk Cousins to that deal, regardless, somebody was going to be on the slash and burn because of the cap situation. Anyway, it didn't matter. We could have went to the playoffs and all that stuff with Kirk, but we knew we still had to address some things in the offseason. Every action has a consequence. You got your quarterback, you got your quarterbacks, but you knew it's still going to be some kind of ripple effect on the back end, and that's what it is. Grady Jarrett. We could not keep him for that cap number, and the Falcons also tried to have him come back on a reduced deal. So they did try, but Grady said, "Hey, Grady and his agent was like, let's go test the market." And let's go see what we can get on the market. I believe you can get more from somewhere else than what you can get from the Atlanta Falcons. And as you see from the Bears, 3 years, $43.5 million, 28.5 guaranteed. There was no way we were giving him that.
Yeah, I already got a text from my cousin who's a Chicago Bear fan while we was doing the show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about appreciate it, cuz. I'm like, whatever.
I mean, do you think that they? So let me ask this question. I know my feelings. I'm pretty sure I know James's and Tidy's, but I'll let them speak for themselves. Do anybody on the panel think that he's still like? Do you think that they got a great player, or do you think they just got hosed? Like, appreciate it, cuz I'm like, okay. I'm like, what? They paid up.
I'm gonna say this. Now, Chicago thinks they got a great player. Obviously, they wouldn't have paid the money that they paid for him. Same thing with Drew Dawg. And like A1 just said, somebody, because of the Kirk Cousins situation, same as the Matt Ryan situation that you pointed out, Coach, earlier, somebody was going to get cut. Okay? Somebody was going to get cut. And so happened to be two people, okay? Because I was thinking we might could have retained Drew Dalman, because obviously, again, Chicago thinks he's a great. If that particular salary denotes great player, that particular team thinks that person is a good player. All right. So, as I said before, one man's trash is another man's treasure. You see people. At the first or the fifth of the month, scouring apartment complexes and folk houses, looking for stuff that they threw out, or if they got evicted, looking through their stuff to see what it is that they want to get. That's what they did. That's exactly what Chicago did. Now, I see. The thing is, as far as what I'm thinking and what the Falcons are thinking, hey, we were going to try to, sign Grady at a lesser number. And it was because of our situation with Kirk Cousins. That has hamstrung us. We've been hamstrung again. All right. So there's some victims, some unwitting victims, some unwilling victims that are, getting thrown into the lion's den, or getting thrown off the ship. So, that I attribute some of this to that.
Yeah, it's not the end all be all. Like, you're not saying that all these moves are just because of Kirk, but it is a nice cog into what's going on in this off season right now, y'all. It just is.
Somebody said that Kirk to the Browns for a 5th round pick.
I haven't seen that anywhere.
Yeah,
no, I haven't seen that anywhere. But
I haven't seen that either. But the thing is, let me say this now. I gotta do something right quick. The thing is with Dahmer, it hurt. With Grady, it doesn't. Because for the last, I'm gonna have to go with Coach on this one. If you look at the last 2 years Grady been here, it's been a decline in his production. So with that being said at hand, I don't see it hurting us as much because that's what they did last year in the draft to get Dorless and Root. So with that being said, this day was gonna come one way or another. Yeah, I think it would have came even without Kirk. Like even us not getting Kirk, I think this year was the year. Well, I think it should have been done, but I think this year was always going to be the year we let Grady
Yeah.
go.
Yeah,
to let
Grady
go. So with that being,
excuse me.
That number was too high, guys. It was just too high.
Yeah, it was way too high. Yeah.
$20 million for a declining D tackle. If I was the Falcons, I would have looked at that too. 20.7 at that. No, sir.
Now, do we still go pass rush edge, or we go up the middle now in the draft? We all think.
I think they're gonna go mainly pass rush. They may look into the interior also as well. They may end up looking at that boy from Georgia, that Summer, as well. He may be in the fold now.
Nah, for real. And I was thinking that before Dalman signed with the Bears, that you may have to roll with Ryan Newseel, and you probably have to get somebody out the draft. And that kid from Georgia, yeah, he is going to be something, because you think about it, necessarily Newseel is not you're going to be your true starter. That's really going to be your bridge center at this point, especially if you go in the draft and get one. And, so it's something to look into, y'all. It's something to look into. It's gonna be interesting. I mean, we got to look at how they treat the rest of this free agency anyway. They really have a true idea of what's going on, but we already know we lost our center, we lost our D tackle. So I mean, Falcons still have some moves they got to make, and guys are flying. Have y'all seen these deals, man? Like, guys are flying off the shelf for all kind of crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Where's the crickets?
Right, bro. And it's the guaranteed money. It's that guaranteed money. It's like it's getting crazy out here. Like 30. Did you see Kinlaw got 30 mil guaranteed?
Yeah. Gino, I think not Gino, but the other quarterback that went, I think he got but he didn't get, I think he didn't get number 50 if I remember correctly.
Yeah, but I mean that's 50 more than he was projected to get as a backup. Right. I mean, he gonna be a starter. Yeah, possibly.
Are you talking about Justin Fields? Yeah, he got
not Justin, the one that went to
talking about Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold, yeah.
Oh yeah. He did go to the Seahawks, which was crazy. Yeah. I was like, well, the Vikings don't want to pay nobody.
Yeah,
they believe in JJ.
Yeah.
But I mean, you said, Larry, the Falcons ain't really made no moves. But I mean, outside of Hendrickson, there really was nobody to really that I would be like, okay, yeah, we're gonna pay them a ton of money to come here. He really was the only person, and everybody else is like, okay, if you come here for a bologna sandwich, then cool. If not, then you stay where you at.
And also, real quick, y'all, want to thank MVM1978 for becoming a new member of the channel. We definitely do appreciate that, bro. We appreciate you.
Hey.
Thanks a bunch. I also want to add another element to this conversation we're having, gentlemen. According to Over the Cap, we currently have right around $10 million of available salary cap space. We started off at about -6. Now, there are two other moves Atlanta could make. If they decide to do so, Terry Fontenot could restructure the contract of all-pro guard Chris Lindstrom, which would automatically free up $10 million in cap space. You also could go to Jesse Bates, restructure his deal. That'll give you a little bit over $6 million. So those two restructures would give the Falcons a total of about $16 million in cap space, which would bring the total available cap space to $26 million. Now, my question to everybody on the panel, are those two deals you do, We are no strangers of contract restructures in Atlanta. We understand that it does free up cap space, but it also you got to pay it back at the back end of those deals. So do you stand pat, or do you guys decide, hey, we can restructure Jesse and we can restructure Lindstrom? What do y'all think?
So it all depends on if they want to be restructured.
Well, you don't need that. You don't need their approval to restructure. You can restructure without that.
Well, yeah, you can do. Yeah, you can. But still, though, guys, I mean, at the end of the day, you look at it. That's no player is really like obligated to play ball with you. That's what I mean. Look at Grady. I mean, he wasn't obligated to take that lesser deal. He went out there and got more money. So I mean, I know it's different circumstances because these guys are under a different deal and under contract, but. I mean, you can restructure somebody, but are they going to be cool with it? Like, you got to think about that down the line too. Like, I mean, do guys always want to restructure?
Well, see, the thing about
Jesse Bates, because I think he only got one more year on his contract after the season. You need to be trying to extend
him. Yeah.
Well, the thing about a restructure,
to work that money, whichever way you want to work it. If you want it to increase or decrease from the beginning to end, but yeah. Like restructuring, I wouldn't do that. That'll damage. He'll definitely walk after that, for sure. And that's probably the best player on our team right now, veteran. That's not even a debate.
I mean, me personally, I would go to him and say, "Look, bro, we about to restructure you, but we about to sign you to a lot." Because I mean, Jesse Bates, I think he should be here. I think you should pay him the money. Of a top tier, I'm not saying record breaking, but whatever the top tier is currently getting, I would match the top tier. Yeah, I would match the like, look, bro, we're gonna restructure you so we can get some more help in here for you on defense, but we're gonna sign you to a long term contract. Like you let them know. You can go ahead and restructure him and go like I would restructure them both because they're both. I think if you have a feeling that barring like major injury that you're going to retain these guys, then yeah, I think you should do it. I just don't think it should be like we did Mac, continuously doing it over and over and over. Like, nah, don't restructure one time, get what you need to get up out of it, and then go on to the next.
And real quick, Wallace brought up a great point. I forgot about you can restructure AJ Terrell. He's only 27 years old, and that gives you also $10 more million of salary cap. I would say the only caveat with the restructures, of course, you want to open up more salary cap money, but that depends on how Terry Fontenot feels about this season and how he feels about his job security. Because next year the Falcons are going to have, pardon my French, a shitload of cap space. So, I mean, do you want to open up the wallet and go shopping this year, or do you feel confident that you'll be here next year and you can go to Phillips Plaza? So what y'all think?
I think you got to do it. You got to do it.
You don't really have any money this year.
Okay.
You really don't have any money this year. And, this restructuring thing, see, people confuse restructuring with reducing.
You're right, John. You're right. People confuse restructure with a pay cut. Keep going, John.
Restructuring is just moving money around. They could change his entire salary to a signing bonus and the cash, okay, or whatever percentage of the salary. So I mean, and that was Matt Ryan's down the road so many times. It was, you weren't giving him a new contract, you weren't reducing the amount of his contract, but the guaranteed money, you were, instead of paying it to him in a weekly salary, okay, we just give it to you in a lump sum, as a bonus or whatever. And that was something. There was one more thing I wanted to say about the Grady Jarrett conversation. Grady Jarrett, this was his first year back from ACL.
Major injury.
Okay, this was his first year back.
I thought last year was.
No,
he got hurt last year.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
This is his first year back from an ACL. Now, there has been talk about Grady Jarrett's production declining. The problem with Grady Jarrett's production is that he didn't have anybody next to him. When Grady Jarrett, for that short little time that Rashid Hageman was with Grady Jarrett in 2016, Grady Jarrett flourished because he had a big somebody, big, strong, some people would say ignorant joker right beside it. Okay. Now, the Bears, in signing him, okay, he's going to be 2 years off of that ACL. And one thing about an ACL, you are playing the most difficult position on a football team that requires an ACL besides running back, and that's at nose tackle. Because see, you're having, you got to run on this thing, you got to cut on this thing, and it takes at least a year to heal, really. Then another year to get psychologically straight. So, me mentioning this really goes to both points, why you keep him or why you would have kept him or why you would have traded him. Let that be, someone else's worry or whatever.
But John, you
pass a physical. The man got to pass a physical, okay, before this trade is consummated. All right. So how good he is and how he is at this particular time, that's still left to be determined.
I will say to that, John, I absolutely hate to hear that because Warren Sapp didn't have nobody beside him. You're great players find a way with no excuses. So I don't buy that. I don't believe in that. I don't aspire to that. You either get it done or you don't. You're saying that you don't have nobody beside you, that's a crutch. And if that's a crutch you're going to use, you need to be off my damn team anyway.
Hey, Coach, how did Emmitt Smith win the rushing title?
Well, I don't understand the question. What do you mean?
Wasn't it because of Darryl Johnston blocking for him?
That's different, bro.
No, wait.
You're getting blocked. Oh my God. Okay. All right, John.
What did you just say?
You got it, bro.
I mean,
two totally different things, but okay.
It's the same. John. He was on his decline before the ACL tear.
Exactly.
What? Not.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
I can't agree with that.
He was, bro.
Oh, see, you never had anybody. Okay, who was there?
John, if he didn't have nobody, how did he make it to the Pro Bowl if he didn't have nobody on the side of him?
How did he make it to the Pro Bowl?
Because he was dumb. He was
Pro Bowl. What year did he go to the Pro Bowl?
2020? If I ain't mistaken, that was his last good year. If I'm not mistaken, it's 2020.
Yeah, somewhere around
there. And since then, he has done literally nothing.
No, just because you don't make it to the Pro Bowl don't mean you didn't do nothing.
I never said anything about the Pro Bowl. I'm saying his stats speak for themselves.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, and see, the thing is, gentlemen, the defensive line is a unit. Okay, if you triple team one person because that person is the most dangerous person on the line, okay, just like team a person because that person is the most dangerous person out of the 4 down linemen, of course that man not going to do nothing. When you go 2 or 3 years into the future and look back as to what that man did that particular year, you got to remember what it was that they did to him to nullify him. It was the same thing with old boy that was on the side of Dwight Freeney.
Okay, so that's not how it works. Toddy can pull up Sport Track. Sport Track takes all that into consideration. I showed you this before, John. We've had this same conversation before. Sport Track shows you everything that player does on the field and breaks down the amount of money that their salary is and what their play is. And since 2020, he has never reached what his salary says he should reach not one time since then. So like that, all that sounds good. Him being double, triple team, it happens to players. They take that into account, and he still don't. I mean, like there is no way to justify paying him the amount of money that he was getting, because his play on the field just does not match the salary.
Well, Coach, the Chicago Bears have just proved you wrong.
That's like saying that the Minnesota Vikings proved the Minnesota Vikings wrong by giving Kirk Cousins a contract. That means nothing. We were dumb enough to give him a contract. Oh, you right. You got it.
No,
okay.
That's what the going rate for the quarterbacks were at that particular time. And had things worked out differently, we would have made off like bandits. If things had worked out different, if he hadn't gotten hurt, we would have made out like a bandit.
Okay, y'all, on the screen, someone has captured a video of Micah Parsons, newly signed quarterback Justin Fields, Atlanta Falcons player Kyle Pitts, Atlanta Falcons player Bijan Robinson, all on a trip together to Dubai. Do you think Robinson and Kyle Pitts are trying to sell, pitch, or campaign Parsons to explore his options in Atlanta?
I don't know.
I tell you what,
I think that's just reaching.
They better be careful. I don't want to give up another draft pick for no jump.
I think players. I'm not real keen on the rules, but I think players can kind of campaign. Yes,
players can talk to other players. They just can't have no contact with anybody in the organization.
Exactly.
That means trainers. That means the damn mail lady. You can't talk to nobody in the organization, but players can talk to players.
Okay.
I'm gonna take this with a grain of salt. I know you interviewed him before, Tidy, Mr. J. Ben.
Right.
Mr. J. Ben has been putting out that the Atlanta Falcons has been talking to Dallas.
Right.
I'm taking it with a grain of salt. Like I said, I'm taking it with a grain of salt.
And let's just be honest too, man. Let's be honest, guys. I mean, on that trip, those guys have mentioned something about coming to Atlanta to Michael. It definitely. You're not going that whole trip without saying, "Hey, man, wouldn't it be cool if we all just played together?" You're not,
Yeah.
Are they all under the same agency? Does anybody know?
I hadn't seen that, but I have seen that that J. Ben put it to a point that when all people like Trey Hendrickson was cresting the trade, Myles Garrett at the time, and things like that, he said that the Michael Parsons was more easier than anything, and they have been communicating.
It
is. Interesting. John, you got a question from the comments from doing stuff with CJ. He wants to know if you were Terry Fontenot, would you pay Grady 3 years, $43 million? John still there? Did he go up?
Yeah, I'm still here. Am I still here?
Yeah, you're here.
I hear you, John.
See, I really don't know. I don't know if I would go that high. But I would keep him definitely at what we were paying him. And see, that's hindsight being 2020. I got a caveat there. That's hindsight being 2020. Seeing what the Bears did, hindsight being 2020. So this is going to be your second year off of that ACL. You training, you getting better. I would keep him at 10 million. But like I said, this is partially a Kirk Cousins situation that did this, because I'm kind of the feeling, might be absolutely wrong about it, that if Kirk Cousins that situation hadn't came up, Grady would still be here.
Yeah, I think majority of us. I ain't gonna speak for nobody else. I vehemently disagree. I think it was always going to be this year, simply because of his production and the amount that we are paying him. We are, excuse me, not we. They are paying him. I think it was always coming down to this year.
I think the last 2 years, to be honest with you, I just didn't think they were going to cut him due to the simple fact of the amount of depth we had at defensive tackle. That was the only reason that I thought they were going to keep him. So, but overall, with that being said, this day was going to come regardless. His
Oh
production
yeah,
for the
well,
his
yeah,
production for the last 2 years and matched his pay.
yeah.
For sure.
This day comes for all players, but you know, my thing is that I wanted to see what he could do with some help. Because see, one can't block three, and in some cases, one can't block two. And his play deteriorating. That was just, hey, and remember too, because see, these things are coming back to my memory. You put together a defense under Arthur Smith with spit and baling wire on all positions. All positions on the defense. All right. So Grady was the only real threat that you had since 2021. If I'm not mistaken, you guys can, call up some other names and we'll debate those, but thing is that the past 3 years, it was only last year, a year before last, that you spent some real money on the doggone defense. Okay, because we had mortgaged our future offensively, all offense, everything we were drafting. No tight end was safe coming out of college. Okay, because we drafted them all. Arthur Smith going to get Marcus Mariota. I mean, it was just a whole bunch of mess going on, and the defense was neglected. The defense was definitely neglected. Until you decided to go get Calais Campbell and a couple of other pieces. Went and spent some money. So those are the things that I'm taking under consideration and looking at before I say that, okay, you got rid of a Grady Jarrett. And the thing is that, true, like you guys say, we got to see what Grady's going to do. We got to see what Dahlman's going to do up there in Chicago. It could be good money thrown after bad, but somebody felt that this man deserved to, get this type of salary. These two men deserve to get those types of salary. So hey, we'll see.
Go ahead, Larry.
Yeah, I wouldn't give the money to Grady. That's a little bit too rich for me. Dalman, yes. Didn't Dalman get like 29 million or something like that?
He got 28 guaranteed.
Oh, he got 28 guaranteed.
Yeah.
He got 40. He got 3 years, 42 million, which is around about like 14 a year, but he got 28 in guarantee money.
Okay, so he got 14 a year. I definitely would have paid that. Like if I get rid of Grady and I 16 million, that's where the money would have went to, me personally. Especially with a second-year quarterback who only played 3 games. I want to keep my offensive line as intact unless I'm going to upgrade that in free agency and lead the defense, since we only sent defensive scouts up there. I thought we sent one offensive lineman scout. But again, I didn't see Terry or Raheem face. Well, I didn't see him in the booth at all. But I know I saw Raheem at the fight with Bijan on Saturday with that picture that was out on Twitter. So, again, I don't know if they looked at any offensive line. Maybe, you got your Your scouts. Guess we got good scouts. We got Dalman and Bergeron, you know what I'm saying, in the lower round. So, in my opinion, Terry got a hit on 4 of these 5 picks. 2 need to be starters. 2 need to be heavy rotation guys. No less than that. He has to hit.
Hey, Ty, what was can you look and see what Dahlman's PFF grade was, if there was a yearly grade issued to him?
Yeah, I know this past season he was 78.
I don't know what number it is. I'm on my phone right now. But I know he was top 5.
Tidy said what you said, 78.9, Tidy?
Yeah, 78.9 in 2020 this past season.
Oh, okay.
And among centers, that was top 5.
Yeah,
I think
number 4.
Top 3. Yeah, okay, so 3.
So that's
4th in centers.
We let a top 5 center get out of here with a young quarterback. And we worry about his blind side, the right side. I mean, it ain't got nothing to do with the center, but you definitely want a good center up the middle. You know, look, all right.
I'm with you on that, Larry. That's a concern of mine with a brand new quarterback, and he's a young center at that. So you had 4 to 5 more prime years left of him. So I'm with you on that. The only bad thing about him was the snaps every now and then, but you feel like over time, you know, he could alleviate those problems. So I hate
the
losing
run
him.
game. The run game took a hit when Dahlman went down. Ryan Newsiel, I understand Kurt threw for 500 and something yards behind Newsiel, but you think about it, well, damn, if he did that with Newsiel, how much he would have did with Dahlman? And the run game got better when Dahlman came back. You know what I'm saying? Those are just statistical facts. So it just, you know what I mean? Like you just said, you know, a top 5 center, we knew that he was going to command some money. And I think that after we cut Grady, that we did call Drew at the last moment and try to see what we can work out. But I think it came down to that guaranteed money, because 3 years, 42 for Dahlman is not bad money. I'm just looking at the guarantees, and I'm just like, the Falcons, I don't think the Falcons could have guaranteed him $28 million. But I could be wrong, man. But I just looking at our cap situation.
And according to Jacob Anthony, NFL draft analyst, Bijan Robinson averaged 4.99 yards per carry, rushing up the A-gap in 2024 with Drew Dahlman leading the way. When Bijan ran up the A-gap on Dahlman's right side, he had more success running there than any other gap. Big win for the Bears, especially in the run game.
I mean, and they got Swift. So think about that. They got DeAndre Swift up there.
If they think that Bijan can run behind any line and he made those holes, then that's why they didn't give him that guaranteed money. But we'll see. We're gonna see.
We're gonna see real
fullback back there.
They're not running the fullback. You know that. That's not Zach Robinson flip. You know that.
When they stick fullbacks back there, you know, I've seen a couple, when we were doing our film session, we would see fullbacks back there in spots or whatever.
That was a tight end, John. John, that was a tight end.
Well, I mean, it's fullback.
You don't run tight ends.
Yeah, and see, and your point.
I'm just saying.
To your point, James, you right. I want a legitimate fullback back there.
I understand that, but you know, the fullback is becoming extinct in the NFL. It's on a couple of teams that got actual fullback,
and they
like
run
Baltimore.
Folk, hey James, and they run over folk like tractor trailers over Volkswagens. And
that's true. I agree with that, John.
And man, shoot, they had a 300-pound fullback in Baltimore.
The way our roster is structured right now, the only thing we're getting a fullback is you got Bijan on the roster. Of course, you got Tyler Algier on the roster. Then you got that backup running back. I forget his name. I think he came from Alabama.
From Bama.
Right.
Yeah,
so
Algiers to get something, man. Like,
so what I'm saying is, like, the way the roster is set up, you don't really have a roster spot for a dedicated fullback based on how our roster is.
No.
Do you guys think we abandoned the outside zone?
No.
You right.
No, they're not. It's a staple of the offense that Zach Robinson like to run. So that outside zone is not going nowhere. They're just gonna have to make adjustments with Newsel in the middle now, running that zone blocking scheme. Sometimes Newsel is get his, excuse my friend, he gets his ass whooped.
Mm-hmm.
See,
But the
thing,
good thing about that is it's not a good thing about getting your ass whooped. But I'm just saying, like, the good thing is, I mean, Penix and New Zeal are familiar just because the backup with the backup. So maybe that maybe we at least get some kind of relief there, maybe that they know each other. But I just don't think you want to roll with a rookie center with pretty much a rookie quarterback. I mean, could this this will be his full season.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But
Great point.
overall, I think he does eventually start. And it's just hopefully he just progresses from year one under the scheme to year two at center. That he just steps up to the plate and do what he have to do to protect Michael Penix. Because we definitely don't need no injuries to him.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And for
yeah.
people wondering why David Amanyata is still on the team, well, I know technically what Ulbrich wants to do, it would be Onyemata over Grady, if you want to think about scheme, I guess. But I honestly, for me, I don't want David on this team. I mean, I don't want him. I mean, I'll say cut him and say that meal, but I know we got to have some kind of veteran presence on the line. Other veterans are getting scooped up, so it's just like it's getting slim pickings. You may have to keep David, but I want David gone, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about that before you came in, Chris. That
okay.
That if you trade him, you know what I'm saying, at a certain point, I guess before June, that it would cost like it gives us like what, $10 million off the cap. If we do it now, it's 6. So you just wait until it's 10. It is what it is.
Get the maximum for it. Yeah, I'm not mad at that at all.
Yeah, but the thing is, waiting around, just like you just said, it's gonna be slim pick.
I said the same thing, bro. I said, I don't really care that he's a veteran. If he ain't worth it, then get rid of him. Like for me, it's like, people for me, it's like I don't think what we got on the team can be any worse than what we had last year. So if that's the case, then yeah, let them guys go and run with the rookies and just start building a team of young, talented guys. Like, I mean, that veteran presence is not mandatory.
So, question, y'all: what is going to be our comp pick for losing Dalman?
And it'd be nice if they give us a third, right?
Right.
That'd be nice. I mean, I'm just thinking because he's a top 5 center. Like we at least need a third, right?
Yeah, and he signed a big contract for his position too. I think they factor that in as well.
Right. So I'm like, at least a third
or a second, at least.
Yeah.
Since y'all asking that, will we get a comp pick for Grady?
I don't think for Grady because he signed another contract with Atlanta.
I don't think so.
I'm not sure the rules of it, but I think Grady's disqualified from it.
See, Dalman, we drafted him.
If you signed a second contract with a team,
yeah,
or
we drafted him, and this is his first contract since his rookie deal.
Yeah, that's what it is. I think it's like if you don't sign them after their rookie deal, you know what I'm saying? Then you get compensation. Something like that. So Grady don't qualify.
All right. Well, with that said, gentlemen, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up, man. It was a great show.
Whoa. Hey, Tidy, you looking that up? Because we looked that up Wednesday. And I don't think that the amount of contracts that the person signed was a factor. I could be wrong, but I think we looked that up.
All right, let me look at it real quick. See if I can find it.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm looking it up, John. Okay, it says in the NFL, a team qualifies for a
Man, my signal ain't worth nothing over here.
Can you hear me, John?
John, can you hear us?
Can you hear us, John?
Bad. You gapping a little bit. I guess it's me. I guess it's my signal.
Right. But it says a team qualifies for comp picks if it loses more or better qualified free agents than it gains in a given year. Okay.
Oh, we definitely are right there right now.
Right. The greater the net loss, the more comp picks the team receives. The NFL awards comp picks between rounds 3 and 7. So the best we can get is a third round pick.
Right.
So I missed part of that. Does the amount of contracts that a player signs factor in?
Based on what I'm reading, no, it doesn't, John.
Oh, okay. I thought we looked that up Wednesday when we were talking, Tidy. So we can get a pick for Grady.
Yes, you were actually correct in that. Did you hear the first part of the definition of it?
No, I didn't. I was having trouble. Somebody was asking me, could I hear them? I said, yeah, but they didn't answer me back. So could you repeat that, please?
Yes, sir. It says in the NFL, a team qualifies for comp picks if it loses more or better qualifying free agents than it gains in a given year. So thus far, we are definitely going to qualify for comp picks because we have lost a lot of players this year in free agency, and we ain't signed nobody.
Yeah, we ain't signed nobody yet.
So, hey, could that be the strategy as to why we're not doing anything? We're dumping instead of acquiring anything?
Possibly so.
I mean, that's a possibility. You know, it's risky, but it's still a possibility.
I agree. It's risky, but it's definitely a possibility.
Because we run out, we only have 2 tackles, if I'm not mistaken, as of yesterday, that we would have been interested in. There are only 2 people left that hadn't gone anywhere yet. Okay, as far as free agents are concerned, everybody has scooped up everybody else.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's a possibility. That's what we could be looking at. You know, getting those compository picks. Because as of right now, we definitely have lost more than we've gained. I mean, we ain't gained nothing. What, Leo McCohen? That's about it. And we extended, of course, Jake Matthews. But as far as acquiring anybody, man, we don't lost our starting center, and we lost, starting D tackle and Grady Jarrett. So, I'm thinking that's at least, it's in a third and maybe a fifth rounder right there alone.
Yeah, and the thing about those, Chris, correct me if I'm wrong, but those were not technically free agents, right?
Yeah, there is that part.
So that's actually a good thing.
Drew Dahlman was at the end of his rope, but
yeah,
Grady, I know Grady still had was under contract, so that may factor in it. It may.
Oh no, I mean for the guys that we signed, the long snapper and Jake Matthews.
Oh well, yeah. See, those 2 guys, those were just extensions. They weren't free agents.
Right. And my point is that'll help us in terms of comp picks because we're just signing contract extensions and we're not picking them up in free agencies.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, you never know. That could be something, and then possibly still trading back and getting more picks. You never know.
Hey, okay. All right now. Y'all about to make Terry Fontenot look a little better than he did a couple of days ago.
We're not saying that's what he's doing, but we're putting it out there that hey, it's a possibility. I mean, at this point, we can't rule nothing out because nothing has been made, no moves has been made on the first day of free agency. Now, this is the first day, and it is legal tampering. But let's just be honest: how many deals like Milton going from the Panthers to the Patriots are going to happen?
Right.
Like how many players are going to say, about face, I'm gonna go this way. So that's another thing too. A lot of these deals are going to be final on Wednesday, Wednesday morning or Wednesday afternoon, I believe, or something. So it's just like it's gonna be slim pickings, y'all. It's gonna be you're gonna have to start looking at guys who have been coming off of injury. You got to start looking at guys who maybe have a hiccup to them or a stipulation to them. It's gonna be slim pickings out there at this rate. At the rate, because it's so many guys getting signed, man. So many guys just flying off the board.
That's what I was saying. See, I mean, them jokers. I mean, they grabbing players like Charlie Tisher during COVID. Man, look, ain't nothing gonna be left on the shelf. Ain't gonna be too much stuff left on the shelf. And a team like New England with doggone near I think New England had $150 million. They were number one in salary cap space. Man,
correct.
them jokers can go out there and grab anything they want.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's just when it happens when big bank take little bank.
Yeah.
You can pay money that other teams can't pay or won't pay, and be like, all right, well, it's all good because we got the cap space.
Yeah. So.
All right, and with that said, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to wrap it up. Before we get out of here, I want to thank everybody on the panel for coming up. I want to especially thank everybody in the chat. I want to go around the horn. Pun intended. They're about to go off the air, but anyway, we're gonna start with Larry. Larry, I thank you very much for being here. If you don't mind, let everybody that's watching know where they can find you at on social media.
Appreciate you having me on as always, fam. You guys can catch me and the beautiful Shonda on the Dixon Way, at the _Dixon_Way. We do live commentary, all our favorite sports teams, Atlanta-based. So that's the Braves, Hawks, Falcons, Bulldogs, even my White Gators. If you guys want an alternative to listen to the game, you don't want to listen to the national broadcasting, turn your TV down, turn the Dixon Way up. That's the motto. I appreciate you guys having me on as always. It's always good competitive banter about our sports. And we all care about our teams, even if we disagree. You know what I'm saying? I think most of us agreed this time, but I'm just saying, if we disagree on subjects, you know what I'm saying, we all love our teams. I think everybody in here, you know what I'm saying, love the Atlanta Falcons. So rise up, Terry, wake up, and do something.
Shout out to you, Larry, at the Dixon Way. Also, James, let everybody know where they can find you on social media. And if you got anything that you want to promote or plug, the floor is yours.
Pretty much, you can find me at Lambert Game in the eye test. You can find me in here with Tyler. You can find me in there with John on Wednesdays. Got one thing coming up, but I just can't announce it right now.
All right, well, we're going to be on the lookout for that very soon. And I want to thank you for being here with us, James. We definitely do appreciate you as always, brother.
Let me say this one more thing.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Harry, you better sign a defensive tackle, and you better get a pass rusher. Hurry up with it. I'm out.
Hold on, y'all. I don't know if this is real breaking news or no. This gotta be this gotta be somebody playing online. Okay. Yeah, it's BS. It's been debunked. Somebody had shared a post that the Falcons were trading for Trey Hendrickson, but I see in the comments that somebody just playing on the internet. But
they trying to will it, ain't it? They trying to will it.
They almost got me. I'm glad I kept reading. But my main man Chris Tip Moore from A1 Forever, man. Please let everybody know where they can find you on social media, sir.
Oh, yes, sir, man. Well, you actually on Twitter and Instagram, it's A1 Forever. I got my TikTok back, so you can find me on The Real A1 Forever on TikTok. Also, of course, YouTube, A1 Forever, that's the platform. And, so come on over, Hawks, Braves, Falcons, so I'm mixing in different things, as well, too. But mainly just Atlanta-based stuff, of course, come on over, you like, comment, and subscribe there. Also catch me at the Hawks Digest as well. Me and Walter Pollard are over there running that page. And, right now we just got over 1,100 there. So thank you if you're already subscribed to the Hawks Digest. And if not, we'd love to have you over there. Shout out to the Hawks, man. They play tonight, got the Sixers. Going to be not necessarily a tough game. I know they are having a lot of injuries. I know Tyrese Maxey and I think Paul George, he's out, of course, Embiid's out for the year. So, we can't take it lightly, but hey, we may have an easy game tonight. We'll see.
We better not lose that game.
Bro, we can't lose that game. Gosh almighty, we can't lose the game. Everybody is pretty much out. They're going to be looking like Dallas the other night. Only have about 7-8 players.
For real, man. We about to play against a team. They better win this game.
Yeah, man.
All right, I want to thank A1 for coming up and joining us, brother. Appreciate you as usual. And we got you're welcome. Our main man, our ultimate triple OG, John Harris. Let everybody know where they can find it on social media, and please close us out, good sir.
Tiny, really appreciate you having me on with these fine gentlemen here to be able to, just talk a little bit when I'm lucid. You'll find me on the eye test Wednesday nights, 10 o'clock. We'll start in Atlanta, and we might end up in New England somewhere, but we'll talk about it. We'll get in depth on it. And for James, if James is going to start a new venture, I certainly hope he treats me on his new venture better than I treat him. Ha!
Don't do that. Don't do that at all. You treat me you treat me well. And the new venture, it's not a podcast, but that's coming. But it's something else that I'm working on.
All right. Well, we're gonna wait on the exclusive whenever he's ready to bring it to us. With that said, I want to thank everybody for coming in. Make sure that you follow everybody on this panel, the Dixon Way, everywhere on social media. Make sure that you follow James everywhere on social media and be on the lookout for his announcement coming very soon. Make sure that you follow John also on the eye test as well, and also make sure that you follow Chris Tip Moore at A1 Forever. With that said, we out of here. God bless, and we will check back in with any new Falcons news. Peace.
Control of
Bye-bye.